Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Appreciate you tuning in for another video. So in the last video, I stated my story, right? Which I hope a lot of us can relate to. A 12-year corporate career, why I wasn't fulfilled, but I had everything I wanted on paper. Taking the career break and how I ended up going out on my own, starting my own business as a coach. So I thought it'd be a good idea to effectively give you the 5-step process of how I, without sounding too dramatic, pretty much turned my life around, or should I say actually created a life that was aligned to myself, one that I'm actually really proud of. And it's the framework that I will bring all my clients through as well. So I'm going to give a top level overview of the 5-step process, and this is going to be really key for you to give you like a place to start, right? Because it's all very well and good talking about, living more purposefully and more intently, and, health habits and how they foster all this energy and mental clarity and all that kind of good stuff. But it's like, where do we start, right? So this 5-step process pretty much runs us through on a top level what I've done and then what I want my clients to replicate. Now, it's obviously not set in stone. That's the beauty of conversations, one-on-one conversations with my clients, because they can go in any direction, but it's the framework that I like to bring us through in, like I say, 3 to 6 month period or however long it might be. So to quickly recap, I empower people to cultivate a more purposeful mindset and develop sustainable health habits. So what this does is 4 key things. It allows us to create a life that is more aligned to ourselves, so our personal values, what we believe in, who we are as a person. It allows us to perform better, so a high performance lifestyle, so that's career, better connections, relationships, health, mindset, all that good stuff, but at the same time balance. So not going too extreme or being like an expert or a guru in this particular field. I just want a well-rounded, balanced life that I enjoy and that's aligned to me. And then 4th is, of course, fulfillment. Once we have all those things in place, that's really where I believe a deep sense of fulfillment comes from, and I've touched on it before, fulfillment being slightly different to just being happy. So let's get into it. First of all, just taking a breath, stopping, right? Because life is so 100 miles an hour. We have so many things on our plates that we're juggling constantly, right? And we rarely come up for air and just really assess like what's going on in our life. Like, what is the direction? What am I doing with it? Like, how am I spending my time? What do I even enjoy? What don't I enjoy, right? So the first step is really just getting clarity. So getting clarity on what a more purposeful life looks like for you. What living with intent looks like for you. How do you want to get more out of life, essentially? So forgive me, I've got a few notes here, just in case I forget. I should probably remember it by now, but really identifying your core values. So for me, I want to be positive, active. I want to immerse myself in experiences of life, whether that's travel or connecting with other kind of people. I want to, as cheesy as it sounds, I want to spread love and kindness. I get a kick out of when I help people. I think that's probably why being a coach feels so natural to me. But also, I want my peace as well, right? So if there's people that I don't believe in, or I don't think that they have a good like aura or energy, or they're just their intention is wrong, I'll cut them out. I don't have time for that. I don't have energy for that. I want to protect my own peace, and for once I know that that's now not selfish to do. It's actually the complete opposite. So the question to ask yourself could be, what impact do I want to have in my life and on others? So for me at this moment in time, it's simple but powerful advice to live a life that we can immerse ourselves in, right? To also not allow just the hardship of life and just how difficult it is at this moment in time to get us down, just not accept it, but try and create a better life. And as I've said before, this doesn't have to be dramatic stuff, right? Just little improvements day on day, week on week, and just having the stronger and more resilient mindset to create a life instead of just accepting the life or the situation that we're in. So secondly, once we've got the clarity and a bit more understanding about the direction of our life, what purpose means to us, etc., is health habits. Simple as that, get healthy. It is the best thing that we can do for ourselves, right? We need to treat our body and our mind as like it was, what's a good analogy? Like a machine. You want consistent, increased energy to be able to do more things in the day, get more done, but then also like more energy, your relationships are going to improve, right? Because you're going to reach out to friends more, you're going to talk to them more, you're going to talk to your partner more, etc. So it's not just like having more energy to go to the gym, it filters into all other areas of your life. Mental clarity, I've noticed a huge difference, things like cutting out alcohol and processed food, and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, that's going to be a whole other video, but just the mental clarity I have and the ability to communicate more efficiently with people is so much better because I'm more healthier than I ever have been. Then in turn that comes positivity, mood, and how can we achieve some of this is just simple mindful practices, right? So your meditations, your breath works, just talking to your friends. Okay, third, now that we've got the clarity and the health, you'll then start to develop your mindset, right? So you're feeling proud of yourself for being in the best position and shape, both physically and mentally, than you ever have been, right? So what happens now is you're starting to reprogram your limiting beliefs. You're eliminating your self-doubt, your fear, all the external noise and opinions and judgments of others, and you're starting to embrace challenges, focusing on progress instead of perfection. Like, you don't care about failing, you don't care about being perfect, because none of us are. It's just enjoying the journey and the process of improving a certain area of your life. And then fourth is not setting goals necessarily, but just enjoying the journey, right? And the reason why I have this in at fourth is, well, first of all, after we've got the clarity, the health habits and the mindset, we can then really just create the journey that we want to create, right? Because we have the power, we have the energy, we have the mental fitness, we have the new mindset to actually enjoy the journey and create the journey that we want instead of just accepting it, right? So I don't necessarily like setting goals, because once you get to that goal, say, okay, promotion in 3 months' time, love it. Higher salary in a few months' time, love it. I'm going to enjoy this holiday when I get to it in a few months' time. And then what happens is we maybe enjoy that goal for achieving it for however long, a day or two, whatever. And then we're looking again at the next 3, 6, 9 months, a year away. So we're effectively just enjoying a small period of that time, right? Because every time we reach a goal and achieve a goal, we're then always looking to the next thing. So if we always have that, we're literally like enjoying 1 or 2% of our life. So, and as cheesy as it sounds, we can't enjoy every day. Not every day is going to be perfect. We can't always live in the present, etc. But we can try, and we can improve that little aspect of our life to embrace the journey a little bit more. And fifth, and the final step, once we've got the clarity, more clarity in our life, we're healthy, our mindset has improved, and we're enjoying the journey. Fifth comes deep fulfillment, right? So I'm a true believer that happiness comes within, right? Because once we've now got to this fifth and final stage, we can be proud of ourselves for going through this self-development journey, for being in a better place than we could have dreamed of, right? A few months ago, 6 months ago, however long it's going to be. So when you can actually like look at yourself in the mirror, reflect how far you've come, what you've done, what you've achieved, but you've also embraced it and you've enjoyed the journey and you've enjoyed failing and you've enjoyed trying new things and you've enjoyed looking like an amateur in certain aspects, like, you can look at yourself in the mirror and be proud, and there's not that many better feelings than that. So that is pretty much the 5-step process that I've been through over the past couple of years, and that's the framework that I like to bring my clients through. It's easy to follow, it's simple, I think it makes sense. And the best thing is, if it's simple and it's relatable, it's easy to start and it's easy to kind of track and know which direction you're going and to follow through, and you kind of know what to expect. And now you kind of know what the vision is and what the outcome is that I'm trying to paint, but most importantly, my clients are trying to get out of their life.